Have you ever thought that the seemingly harmless fruits sitting in your kitchen fruit basket could actually be silently harming your health, especially as you get older? For years, we've been taught that fruits are nature's source of nutrients, a weapon to boost immunity, enhance skin, and support digestion. But few people realize that once the body enters the aging stage, things are no longer so simple. Have you noticed that eating the same fruit you always have now leaves you feeling bloated, sleepless, fatigued, dizzy, or suffering from indigestion or acid reflux? That's not a coincidence. As we age, our bodies become like machines that have been running for many years. They no longer function as smoothly as they once did. The digestive system slows down. The kidneys, liver, and heart operate at reduced capacity. And the medications you take daily can also change how your body absorbs food. That's why some fruits, while great for younger people, can be a hidden trap for the elderly. The scariest part is, we often don't even realize it until subtle health issues begin to creep in. Just last month, Mr. Hung, 72 years old from Quang Nam, was adding a particular fruit to his morning smoothie every day. He believed it was a healthy choice. It was widely available, fresh, mildly sweet, and had an eye-catching shape. But after just 1 week, he began experiencing confusion, momentary memory loss, unexplained fatigue, and then one morning, he collapsed at home. Fortunately, his family rushed him to the hospital in time. The doctors identified the culprit. That familiar, seemingly innocent fruit contained a specific toxin that is especially dangerous for people with impaired kidney function. As you can see, not everything natural is necessarily good for you. And just because someone else can eat it doesn't mean it's right for you. Every body is different, and at every stage of life, it has its own needs and limitations. So in today's video, we'll uncover 7 types of fruit that may seem nutritious, but can quietly harm the health of older adults, especially those taking medication for high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, or those with kidney issues. Even more importantly, I'll share safe and delicious alternatives, so you can still enjoy fruit every day without worrying about your health. Now let's begin with the first name on our list, a fruit shaped like a star, strikingly beautiful, but hiding a neurotoxin that very few people know about. It is the starfruit. Starfruit, a fruit that brings back childhood memories, with its signature star shape and refreshingly tart taste, was once a beloved treat for generations of Vietnamese. Some eat it with chili salt, some use it in salads, and others juice it in the morning as a way to cool the body. Yet few realize that for the elderly, especially those with declining kidney function, this fruit can pose a serious health risk. The danger lies in a compound called caramboxin, a neurotoxin found in starfruit. In young, healthy individuals, the kidneys can filter it out quite easily. But in older adults, where 1 in May 3rd have reduced kidney function without even knowing it, caramboxin can build up in the bloodstream. And when levels of this toxin rise, it doesn't just cause fatigue or dizziness. It can also lead to confusion, vomiting, seizures, and even coma, if not treated promptly. Mr. Hung's story, 72 years old, living in Quang Nam, is a classic example. A longtime fan of fruit smoothies, he often mixed various fruits to enjoy each morning. One day, he saw fresh ripe starfruit being sold at the market, brought some home, and started adding it to his daily smoothie. He thought, starfruit is tasty, nutritious, and helps cool the liver. What could be better? But within just a week, he began feeling drained, with bouts of forgetfulness. His family assumed it was just age-related memory loss. Until one morning, he suddenly collapsed right in front of the house. At the hospital, after lab tests and a thorough review of his recent diet, doctors discovered the real cause. The daily intake of starfruit, combined with his already weakening kidney function, had led to a dangerous buildup of toxins in his blood, affecting his central nervous system. Thankfully, he received timely treatment, but it became a painful lesson for the whole family. Many people believe that if something is natural, it must be harmless. But in medicine, natural doesn't always mean safe. Even half a starfruit, if consumed by the wrong person in the wrong condition, can have serious consequences, especially in old age, when the body's ability to detoxify is no longer what it once was. So if you enjoy fruits with a light, crisp sweetness but want something safer, consider Korean pears or dragon fruit. Pears are crisp, cooling, easy to digest, and free from caramboxin, while dragon fruit is gentle on the stomach and naturally rich in fiber and vitamins. Both are smart choices for seniors, especially those taking medication or dealing with heart or blood pressure issues. In truth, if Mr. Hung had known earlier how starfruit could severely affect the nervous system in people with weakened kidneys, he probably wouldn't have chosen it for his morning smoothie. But his story serves as a wake-up call for many of us, that sometimes the most familiar things carry hidden risks we never even considered. But starfruit isn't the only fruit that requires caution. There's another type, also small, common, and easy to eat, that turns out to be a silent enemy for people with diabetes or blood sugar issues. It's sweet to the taste, but the consequences can be bitter. Yes, we're talking about grapes. Grapes, the small, sweet, easy-to-eat fruit often found in dessert platters or chilled in the fridge as a healthy snack. Many older adults turn to grapes instead of pastries or candy, thinking that natural fruit must be better than processed sweets. But in reality, grapes are one of the most dangerous traps for the elderly, especially those struggling with diabetes or unstable blood sugar levels. You might be surprised to learn that just one small cup of grapes, about 15 to 20 pieces, contains as much sugar as 4 cubes of white sugar. For young, healthy individuals, that amount of sugar can be quickly processed by the body. But in older adults, particularly those with prediabetes, insulin resistance, or on medication, grapes can cause a blood sugar spike within minutes. And when blood sugar shoots up too fast and then crashes suddenly, the body can experience fatigue, sluggishness, blurred vision, dizziness, or even a loss of balance. Ms. Thursday's story, 68 years old, living in Ho Chi Minh City, is a clear example. A lover of sweets but mindful of her health, she decided to give up cakes and candy, switching instead to a small bowl of grapes every evening after dinner. At first, she was very pleased, thinking she was eating clean and living healthy. But within just a few weeks, she started to feel noticeably weaker. Every afternoon brought on drowsiness, eye strain, forgetfulness. Assuming it was just aging, she went for a health check and discovered her blood sugar had risen beyond the safe threshold. Her doctor explained that the natural sugar in grapes, while unprocessed, is still simple sugar and had caused her blood glucose to spike and crash each day. But grapes don't just affect blood sugar. They also pose another hidden risk, choking. It may sound trivial, but it's incredibly serious for older adults. As we age, it's not just muscles and memory that weaken. The swallowing reflex, which used to work effortlessly, also begins to slow down. That means foods that are small, smooth, and slippery, like grapes, can get lodged in the throat if not chewed properly. In the past 5 years, according to statistics from major healthcare institutions, choking incidents in the elderly have increased significantly, with grapes being a leading cause, especially when eaten whole. A single grape slipping into the airway can cause choking in seconds, and if not handled immediately, it can lead to brain damage or even death. The tragic part is, many families never realize this risk until it's too late. So, if you or your loved ones still want a post-meal fruit snack or a healthier alternative to sweets, what can you eat instead of grapes? A smart choice would be blueberries or raspberries, small berries with much lower sugar content, packed with antioxidants that are great for memory, vision, and heart health. Eating a small handful of blueberries each day is both safe and helpful for slowing down age-related cognitive decline. If you still want to enjoy grapes, that's okay. Just eat them the right way. Cut each grape into quarters to prevent choking, and limit your intake to about 5 to 6 grapes per serving. Pairing them with a small piece of cheese or a few almonds can also help slow the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, minimizing blood sugar spikes after eating. The truth is, grapes aren't the villain. The issue lies in how the aging body needs a different, more cautious, and more measured approach to food. Even something that seems light and healthy, if consumed at the wrong time or in the wrong way, can take a surprising toll on health. And grapes are not the only fruit hiding unexpected risks. There's another one, very common at breakfast, often praised as the #1 source of vitamin C in traditional wisdom. But ironically, this fruit can actually trigger acid reflux, erode tooth enamel, and reduce the effectiveness of many medications that older adults rely on daily. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it's the orange. Among all the fruits familiar to Vietnamese households, Oranges are often the first mentioned when talking about boosting immunity or getting more vitamin C. From kids to seniors, everyone has had a glass of orange juice when feeling tired, catching a cold, or just trying to cool down. And truthfully, there's nothing wrong with that. Oranges are indeed rich in vitamin C, antioxidants, and immune-supporting nutrients. But here's a lesser-known fact. The high acidity in oranges can be harmful to the digestive system and interfere with the effectiveness of many medications used daily by older adults. As we age, our digestive systems become more sensitive. The esophageal sphincter, the muscle that keeps stomach acid from flowing back up into the esophagus, also weakens over time. That's why acid reflux becomes increasingly common among the elderly, showing up as heartburn, a burning sensation in the throat or chest, and disrupted sleep at night. Oranges and orange juice, due to their high acidity, can stimulate even more acid production when they reach the stomach, making acid reflux symptoms worse. Mrs. Mai, 73, living in Dalat, thought she was making a healthy choice by drinking a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice every morning. She believed it would boost her immunity during the chilly transitional seasons. But soon, she found herself waking up every night with a burning throat, bloating, and mild shortness of breath. The ongoing insomnia left her exhausted and mentally drained. After a medical consultation and sharing her morning routine, the doctor advised her to stop drinking orange juice for a few weeks. And within days, her sleep gradually improved. No more waking up at night from discomfort. Beyond digestive issues, oranges pose another, more serious risk: drug interactions. According to research from major medical institutions, oranges and orange juice can alter how the body absorbs over 50 common medications, including those for high blood pressure, cholesterol, osteoporosis, depression, and even some antibiotics. When oranges interfere with how medications are metabolized, the body may absorb too little, rendering the medicine ineffective, or too much, leading to dangerous side effects. What's even more concerning is that most older adults take at least one medication daily, and few suspect that a harmless-looking glass of orange juice could drastically affect their treatment. And that's not all. Oranges can also wear down tooth enamel, which is already more fragile with age. Eating oranges or drinking juice regularly, especially on an empty stomach, lets the acid come into direct contact with teeth and gums, causing sensitivity, enamel erosion, increased risk of cavities, and gum inflammation. So, should we give up oranges entirely? The answer is no. But for older adults, it's crucial to use them more carefully, at the right time, and in the right way. If you still want to get your daily dose of vitamin C, there are gentler, even better alternatives for your body. One of the best options is red bell peppers. Crunchy, sweet, easy to prepare, and containing twice as much vitamin C as oranges, without the acidity or stomach irritation. Another great choice is kiwi, rich in vitamins, high in fiber, easy to digest, and far less likely to trigger issues for those with sensitive digestive systems. And if you truly want to drink orange juice, try diluting it with water in a 1-to-1 ratio. Avoid drinking it on an empty stomach, and absolutely do not consume it within 2 hours before or after taking medication, to reduce the risk of drug interactions. It's unfortunate that a fruit once hailed as the savior of flu season has become a source of discomfort for many seniors, all because we didn't fully understand how to use it properly. But once you're armed with this knowledge, you can easily adjust your habits to enjoy the benefits of fruit, without the unnecessary health risks. And if oranges are the silent disruptors of your digestive system, the next fruit on our list is a seductive calorie bomb, widely praised as a superfood. It's creamy, rich, and luxurious, often featured in healthy dishes. But for older adults, if not managed properly, it can quietly contribute to weight gain, interfere with medications, and trigger unexpected reactions. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it's the avocado. In recent years, avocados have become a symbol of healthy living. From avocado toast in the morning to smoothies, salads, even avocado sushi, this fruit is praised as a modern superfood, packed with nutrients and heart-friendly benefits. And it's true, avocados are undeniably good for you. They're rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, potassium, vitamin E, and antioxidants. But for older adults, even good things need to be approached with more care, because sometimes too good can actually become not so good. A medium-sized avocado contains about 240 calories, the same as a full meal. For young people with faster metabolism and higher activity levels, digesting and burning off that energy isn't a big deal. But for seniors, whose metabolism has slowed and physical activity has decreased with age, eating avocados daily can quietly lead to weight gain without them even realizing it. Mr. Tone, 75, living in Hanoi, is someone who cares deeply about his health. He'd heard that avocados are good for the heart and help lower cholesterol, so every morning, he ate bread topped with half a mashed avocado. At first, everything seemed fine, but after 3 months, he started experiencing knee pain, struggled with stairs, and felt breathless during brisk walks. His weight had crept up by 5 kilograms, and he hadn't even noticed, thinking he was still eating clean and living well. After a medical checkup, his doctor explained, while avocados are healthy, if not consumed properly, they become a burden on the joints, on the heart, especially when the extra energy isn't being burned off. And weight gain isn't the only concern. Avocados also present a more serious issue: drug interactions, especially with blood thinners. Avocados are high in vitamin K, a compound that can reduce the effectiveness of anticoagulants like warfarin. This increases the risk of blood clots, strokes, or other cardiovascular events if not closely monitored. There's also another lesser-known concern. Avocados can trigger allergic reactions in people sensitive to latex. For older adults with existing allergies, or who've reacted to bananas, papayas, or rubber, avocados can cause a cross-reaction, leading to symptoms ranging from rashes and itching to diarrhea, or even difficulty breathing if consumed in large amounts. So while avocados are a delicious and nutrient-rich fruit, for older adults, portion size and frequency matter. You shouldn't eat a whole avocado every day, and if you're on blood thinners or blood pressure medication, it's wise to consult your doctor before making avocado a regular part of your diet. But what if you still want to add heart-healthy fats to your meals in a safer way? The answer lies in options like extra virgin olive oil. Just 1 small spoon a day provides cardiovascular support without the calorie overload. You can also add a small amount of nuts like almonds or walnuts, which are excellent sources of unsaturated fats, while also offering fiber, vitamins, and minerals, with minimal risk of interfering with medications. The most important thing is to understand what your body really needs, and to keep everything in balance. For seniors, it's not about eating more, but eating right, and that's what truly matters. And if avocado is a silent calorie bomb, the next fruit is a seemingly harmless hydrator that can quietly disrupt your internal balance. It's cool, sweet, and made up of over 90% water. Many elderly people eat it daily to cool off and stay hydrated, but they don't realize that it can actually overwork the heart, strain the kidneys, and cause blood sugar fluctuations. We're talking about watermelon. Just hearing the word watermelon brings to mind cool relief on sweltering days. With its sweet taste, juicy red flesh, and over 90% water content, watermelon is often the go-to fruit for quenching thirst, especially for seniors who frequently experience dry mouth or dehydration. But behind that refreshing exterior lie some real health risks, especially for those with heart conditions, kidney problems, or diabetes. The first concern with watermelon lies in its natural sugar content. Though it's mostly water, watermelon has a fairly high glycemic index, GI. Just 2 small cups of watermelon, about a modest serving after a meal, can spike blood sugar levels as dramatically as drinking a can of soda. For those with weak insulin function, prediabetes, or those taking diabetes medication, unmonitored consumption of watermelon can lead to rapid blood sugar swings, causing fatigue, dizziness, and even blurred vision. Mrs. B, 78, living in Long Inn, often felt overheated. During summer, she ate watermelon daily to cool down. But after just a few days, she began noticing swelling in her legs, shortness of breath, and slower movements. Her family assumed it was just the heat wearing her down, but when they took her to the doctor, tests revealed she was retaining excess water, forcing her heart to work harder than usual. This is a common consequence in older adults who consume too many high-water, high-potassium foods like watermelon. And it doesn't stop there. Watermelon is also rich in potassium, posing a significant risk to those with kidney issues. When the kidneys can't efficiently flush out excess potassium, it accumulates in the bloodstream. This can lead to irregular heartbeats, muscle weakness, and in severe cases, even cardiac arrest. The danger is that early symptoms are vague, mild fatigue, palpitations, or shortness of breath, easily overlooked. So, does that mean we need to break up with watermelon completely? Not at all, as long as it's consumed wisely. If you have underlying conditions like heart disease, kidney issues, or diabetes, it's best to limit your intake. Only eat a small amount after a main meal. Avoid eating it at night, and pair it with some healthy protein or fat to slow the absorption of sugar. And if you're looking for safe, refreshing alternatives with a similar hydrating quality, consider cantaloupe or yellow melon, relatives of watermelon, but with lower sugar content and less strain on the heart and kidneys. Another great option is cucumber-infused water with a few slices of lemon or mint. Equally thirst-quenching, great for digestion, and won't spike your blood sugar. Clearly, watermelon isn't inherently bad, but if you don't fully understand your body or how to eat it properly, this seemingly cooling fruit can end up weighing you down instead of lifting you up. And if watermelon makes the heart and kidneys work overtime, the next fruit is one many people trust implicitly to aid digestion, believing it's gentle, soft, and good for the gut and stomach. But for older adults, especially those on daily medications, papaya, this seemingly friendly fruit, can sometimes unexpectedly backfire. Papaya has long been regarded as a digestive-friendly fruit. With its soft texture, mild sweetness, and especially its natural enzyme called papain, papaya is often recommended to aid digestion, soften stools, and prevent constipation, particularly for the elderly. However, what many don't realize is that papain, the very enzyme that aids digestion, can interact with a wide range of medications, especially diabetes drugs, antibiotics, and blood thinners. When this enzyme affects how medications are absorbed, it can cause unpredictable changes in drug levels in the bloodstream, making the medicine act more strongly or more weakly than intended, potentially compromising treatment outcomes. Mrs. Han, 71 years old and living in Da Nang, is a perfect example. After a period of indigestion, a friend suggested she eat papaya every evening to cleanse the gut. It made sense to her, so she began eating half a papaya daily for an entire month. At first, she felt lighter and more regular. But soon after, her blood pressure became erratic, her blood sugar unpredictable, and she began experiencing waves of fatigue and hot flashes, which left her worried. After seeing a doctor, it was revealed that her daily papaya consumption had interfered with her medication, disrupting how the drugs were absorbed and metabolized in her body. Papaya also carries another hidden risk: allergic reactions, particularly in those sensitive to latex. Most people don't realize that the proteins in papaya share a similar structure with latex. For those with mild sensitivity, eating papaya might only cause an itchy mouth, sore throat, or mild digestive discomfort. But for more sensitive individuals, it can lead to swelling of the lips, difficulty breathing, and even anaphylactic shock if not addressed promptly. So, what's a safer way to support digestion? There are plenty of gentler, safer methods. Unsweetened yogurt or naturally fermented vegetables can help introduce good bacteria into the gut, improving digestion without disrupting medication absorption. A cup of warm ginger tea in the evening is also an excellent choice, helping relieve bloating, nausea, and calming the stomach, all without unwanted side effects. So while papaya can be beneficial in certain cases, for older adults on medication or with sensitive systems, its friendly nature can quickly turn into something to be cautious about. And if papaya can interfere with medications and mildly disrupt digestion, the final fruit on our list presents a quiet, but no less dangerous threat: excess potassium and rising blood sugar. Two factors that can trigger heart irregularities, chronic fatigue, and even lead to serious complications. You might have guessed it already. Yes, it's the banana. Among the most common and easy-to-eat fruits in Vietnam, bananas are certainly near the top of the list. With their natural sweetness, soft texture, and no need for peeling tools, they're often seen as the ideal quick and healthy snack. Especially for older adults, bananas are a popular go-to for a quick energy boost in the morning or a light dessert after meals. But here's what most people overlook. Bananas contain a high amount of potassium, and this can be a silent threat for anyone with declining kidney function, which is not uncommon in people over 60. In a healthy body, excess potassium is filtered out easily by the kidneys. But when the kidneys begin to weaken, potassium builds up in the bloodstream, a condition known as hyperkalemia. This is a very dangerous condition, as it can cause irregular heart rhythms, muscle weakness, fatigue, and in severe cases, even cardiac arrest. Mr. Lamb, 74, living in Hugh, had a long-standing habit of eating 2 bananas a day, one in the morning for energy and another after lunch as dessert. But one morning, he suddenly felt dizzy, and his heartbeat became rapid and irregular. His family rushed him to the hospital, where tests showed his blood potassium levels were dangerously high. Had they not caught it in time, it could have led to severe cardiovascular complications. Beyond potassium, bananas can also cause blood sugar to rise quickly. That's because they contain simple starches that are rapidly digested. For people with a history of diabetes or insulin resistance, eating bananas regularly, especially on an empty stomach, can cause sharp blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes that leave you feeling tired, dizzy, and sluggish for hours. Instead of bananas, if you're looking for a light, energy-boosting snack that's safer for older adults, try steamed sweet potatoes. They have a naturally mild sweetness, are high in fiber, and digest slowly, helping to keep blood sugar stable over a longer period. Or, if you still prefer fruit, opt for berries like strawberries or blueberries. They're not only delicious, but also support heart health and memory, without causing sudden spikes in potassium or blood sugar. Clearly, bananas aren't bad, but for older adults, how you eat is far more important than how much or how often. Because every small change in the aging body can lead to big consequences if we're not paying attention. And now, after exploring 7 seemingly healthy fruits that actually carry hidden risks for seniors, it's time to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, to understand why choosing the right foods becomes more important than ever as we grow older. Older adults don't need to, and shouldn't, eliminate fruit altogether. Fruits remain a valuable source of nutrients, packed with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and natural plant compounds that boost immunity, aid digestion, and help protect cells from aging. But now more than ever, what matters is selectivity, choosing the right fruits at the right time, in the right amounts, and in the right way. Because after age 60, your body no longer functions the way it used to. Your kidneys may not filter blood as efficiently. Your digestive system slows down, making acidic or sugary foods more likely to cause reflux, bloating, and discomfort. And something many people forget, your daily medications might interact with foods that seem harmless. A glass of orange juice, a few slices of papaya, or a banana in the morning, if consumed at the wrong time, can actually alter how your medications work without you even realizing it. So let me repeat this vital reminder. Natural doesn't mean automatically safe. Grapes, oranges, bananas, these are fruits we've all grown up with and enjoyed. But if you don't understand what your body needs, or what it can no longer handle, even the most familiar fruits can quietly become harmful. That said, you don't have to live in fear or give up your favorites entirely. There are always safer, equally delicious alternatives better suited for the aging body. Prioritize fruits that are lower in sugar and acid, high in fiber, and easy on the heart, kidneys, and digestive system. Things like cucumber, kiwi, pears, blueberries, or sweet potatoes. All of these are wonderful, nourishing options. At the end of the day, the most important factor isn't what you eat. It's how well you know your body. What medications are you taking? Do you have kidney, heart, or digestive issues? Have you ever felt tired, restless, or unwell after eating a certain fruit? Start listening to your body more closely so you can make smarter choices. And if you've ever had an unexpected reaction to fruit, whether it was grapes, starfruit, oranges, or watermelon, don't hesitate to share your story in the comments. Your small experience might help someone else avoid a similar mistake. Because senior health is priceless, and we can all help protect it, starting with something as simple as the fruit on our plate each day. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss future tips on senior health, from nutrition and sleep to exercise and simple but powerful lifestyle advice for living well, living strong, and living long. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Wishing you continued strength, peace of mind, and a life filled with mindful, healthy choices day after day. See you again on the journeys ahead. where we'll continue exploring the most practical and valuable knowledge for living a healthy and fulfilling life in your golden years.